So today it is a wonderful, beautiful sunny day. It is 6:30 a.m. right now. I am leaving to my summer camps. So I also give like technology summer camps, which is always a vibe because, you know, I like seeing the kids smile because they learn a lot, and I have wonderful, wonderful coworkers as well. Well, let me tell you something. It is absolutely exhausting, and a lot of people underestimate how much work it actually is to make these camps. You know, something is smoky here. I'm not talking about the good smoky. I'm talking about burn smoky. I'm not burning, so that's good. Pretty sure I will be burning up later today because today is a heat wave. So I will have to tell the kids to drink lots of fluids. Okay, so what I wanted to talk about on my first motovlog is actually a little bit behind the scenes of being a teacher. Because one of the comments that I actually get a lot, and I don't mean through my socials, I mean just in regular, is, well, hey, wow, teachers are so lazy, you guys have so much holidays. And I'm gonna be honest, even after all these years, that shit still stings. People don't see the work that happens behind the scenes, because I get paid to actually teach 22 hours a day, right? So most people would say like, oh, you only teach 22 hours, so you only work 22 hours a day? Like, oh my god, that's a full time? No, it is not. Well, it is on paper, but not in reality. Being a teacher is, for me, absolutely the most wonderful job in the world, right? And my graduation ceremony was, again, the proof of that. One of my students calling me out and saying, hey sir, thank you for being an inspiration for all these years. And thank you for inspiring me to become a mechanical engineer. And this kid is actually going to university now and is going to study electromechanical engineering, which is, to me, it's like the biggest pride I can ever have. Like, that's my boy. But what a lot of people don't see is the work that happens behind the scenes. People don't see the work that happens behind the scenes, right? It's not just that I walk into class and I say like, hey kids, today we are going to talk about safety, or today we are going to talk about I don't know, the iron carbon diagram, which is probably going to give a lot of you mechanical engineers PTSD or something. But there's a lot of preparation to do, and because I teach kids with autism, it is also it's very demanding, you know. So every student in our school has this, like, our slogan is like that we make the classes to their needs, right? So we adjust ourselves to their needs. But if you have a class of only one student, I mean, it happened before, that's not too bad. But if you have a class of like 9 students, that can technically mean that you have 9 different ways of treating your students, which in the long run actually adds up, you know. That's something that a lot of people underestimate. Like, I love my students, right? I wouldn't be doing my job otherwise, because, you know, underpaid and underappreciated, right? But I love seeing their smiles, and I absolutely adore seeing them grow as a person. And I think that one of the most satisfying things as a teacher is having them when they are 12 to 13 years old, and after 5-6 years of teaching them, you see the young adults that you got to be a part of and you got to shape them. Also want to make a big shout out to my fangirls at school, because the fangirls are a group of students. They are both boys and girls, but you know, fangirl is a gender neutral term. And those kids are absolutely, you know, they are my favorites. And I shouldn't have favorites, but they definitely have my heart. I adore them. To me, they are like my kids. They're like, sometimes I call them my school kids. And they've pulled me through a lot of difficult times. And I don't know if I personally would have managed to gotten this far as I have. They also helped design the Wolfonwheels logo. So massive shout out to my fangirls. If you guys are seeing this, I love you all. And thank you for the support that you also have been to me. So what else? So what else is important when you are teaching? What is actually behind the scenes some work? There is a lot of administrative work, a lot of papers to fill in, a lot of documents to make sure that are correct online or on paper. And I have to say, sometimes it is overwhelming, because like as of now, like Tuesday, I called my Tuesday my hellish Tuesday, because on Tuesday I actually had to teach for 8 hours and I had little to no break, which I didn't mind personally, because I like, you know, when I'm working, I like to stay working, and when I'm resting, I like to stay resting, you know. I'm like one of Newton's laws of physics. But it gets demanding. It gets demanding, and it gets tiring. Like you teach for 8 hours, and you get home, and the first thing you have to do is answer all those smart school emails, answer all those questions, fill in the administrative work, and you aren't, you know, you're not paid for those hours, right? Those are hours that you work at home. And then when you actually go home, your work is just starting over again, and that's hard sometimes. I mean, I haven't had a burnout yet. Sometimes I'm afraid that I'm gonna get one, because it is too much, but we are surviving, we are thriving, and we will not. I will not give up on my students, you know. I feel like they deserve to be educated, so I am not going to, you know, give up on them. A fun fact actually is that you can see a lot of me being a teacher in Wolfonwheels. Yeah, to give you guys a small example, right? Like, we have weekly conversations with our pupils about their well-being and stuff. this is something that, you know, it's not in your assignments technically, but being a teacher also means that you are a father figure or a mother figure, you are a friend, you are a little bit of a psychologist, you are a person that they trust. And while it is absolutely wonderful and beautiful to invest that time in the kids and seeing them grow, it does ask a lot of energy. But as I said, those weekly conversations that I have with my pupils, you know, by asking about their mental health and their well-being and stuff, that's Tune In Tuesday. That is absolutely the concept of Tune In Tuesday. And Social Sunday is the more engaging and happy way. So in Tune In Tuesday, I always deliberately try to ask a bit more deeper mental health questions to make people think or appreciate what they have. Social Sunday is a bit more lighthearted, I'd say, and it's just fun, engaging questions because it's something positive. All right, it's something positive all the time, right? People want to talk about the fun things. People want to talk about things that they love, things that they admire, things that they adore. And I think that's adorable as well. And even Feral Friday, which is my sweet and spicy mix on the bike talk community, because that's a whole different subject, right? The bike talk community is so toxic, but I kind of want to educate as well with my that it also can be on a respectful and fun way, right? You can joke around a little bit. You can show stupid words or make funny jokes, and that is also acceptable, because I know there are a lot of kids, minors, watching my socials, and honestly, I think that's fine, because I can be a role model for them. And it's entirely different to all the other thirst trappers, right? Like, a lot of the people in the bike talk community are like, oh my god, I'm still a small profile, I'm gonna stalk your account. Like, oh, why are you normalizing stalkish behavior, right? I can understand that it's nice and fun if you're reading a book, but actually normalizing stalking behavior is kind of a red flag, man, you know. Not to brag, but take it easy there. And setting an example is something that I want to do with Wolfonwheels. Admitting that I can also make mistakes. Admitting that I'm also not perfect. Showing them how